I was kind of curious. So I'd heard a little bit how you guys like started this and everything. Like you guys met in some other program. I don't know if it was like something else, but I mean, for us new guys, if you want to tell that story, it'd be kind of cool.
So I wanted to learn copywriting really bad. Like I discovered how valuable the skill is, and I was like, frick me, like this is what I'm missing out on, you know? And so I bought a couple different courses, couple different programs, and they weren't what I thought they were. Like I was like, frick me. I spent like I was in debt on these programs. And I was like, this is I'm fricked. But yeah, I bought a bunch of different courses and programs that let me down. It wasn't just one. But I was like, well, I got to figure this out. And I know the skill is valuable. So I know the skill is worth it. So I bought like a ton of books. I bought like probably 30 to 40 copywriting books, like on my Kindle and physical, and just read all of them. Some of them like twice. Took all the notes, put them in the library. You guys have access to the library. You've seen the library. It's just full of crap. And then I just started practicing copy, breaking it down. I literally, the hyper learning cycle is literally what I did for 8 hours a day. Now, I wouldn't recommend going as hard as I did because I ended up in the ER, but for like mental breakdowns. So, but it was worth it because I learned the skill really fast. And so from there is when I discovered high value outreach because I was sitting on my porch smoking a cigar and I thought, maybe spamming what are you doing with email and the bait and riz technique is not a good idea. Like it just didn't sit well with me. So I thought, what am I going to do where I don't waste my time? I actually get better at the skill. No, I had no mentor, bro. Zero. Um, yeah, it sucked. And I figured all this out on my own. And if you want to know how I did that, I talk about it in a raw channel, a raw channel video that comes out soon. But there's three levels of entrepreneurs. And some of y'all this is gonna frick with your brain really, really hard. So level zero is you can't take action. You're just distracted, you play video games, you care about other stuff more. You just don't care about being broke enough. And that's level zero. And obviously no one can help you at that point, right? It's just you. Level one is that you can take action, but you can't like solve problems on your own. Like you need to have a step-by-step thing. You have to have KJ's notes, you have to have KJ's thing, KJ's courses. Like you need KJ for everything you do, right? I get these DMs on Instagram all the time. People are like, "Hey, how do I send the Google Drive? Or what do I put in my message? And what do I do this?" Like literally, dude, hundreds of DMs. My poor brother works his thumbs off trying to answer these things. People just cannot think for themselves, right? So they can take action, but if they don't have a step by step, do this, do this, do this, do this, they're never going to win, right? They have to have step by step. And those people can get okay, right? But they're stuck being employees forever. Because the issue is if you have to have a list. So who makes the list? And if it ain't you, it's someone else. So you're always going to be an employee. Now, that's level one. Level two entrepreneurs are people when they're presented a problem, they can come up with solutions to solve that problem and then take action on it. So they're level two and level one, right? They're level two, and have level one in there. So it's like they have when someone gives them a problem and they show them the problem, they're like, oh yeah. And they come up with ways to solve it. They can come up with new ideas, do whatever. Those people can do very well. You can hit 10K a month doing that pretty easily because you join programs like this and I can show you, hey, here's your problem. Here's ways to like think about solving it. You can go come up with ideas and solve it. Think about the guys in here creating their own offers, right? I showed you guys a scaling course and you guys ran with it. You're coming up with your own offers. You're figuring out because I showed you kind of the problem that you needed to solve and you went to solve it. Now, level three entrepreneurs, and I say this just because it's fact. The reason why I had no mentor, no help, no nothing, and hit 10K a month in 2 months is because I was already at level three. I just didn't know this skill existed. And these are people who not only can they take the action, not only can they solve problems presented to them, but I go out and I find the problems. So it's like I'm figuring out what is the problem I need to solve. And so this is so important. And this is something that I've been trying to teach Luca because Luca's phenomenal at level two right now. Like he helps me with all of this stuff. And any problem I put in front of him, he can go out and like figure out how to solve it, which is insanely valuable. But I've got to get him to level three if I really want to grow this business further because I need two of me. I need somebody going out there and saying, hey, not just, hey, KJ, like what are we solving? Like what's the problem with our traffic? Or it's like, no, I need him looking at the whole business and thinking, what is the number one problem I should be solving? Then he actually goes out to figure out how to solve the problem. Then he takes the actions required that solves that problem. Does that make sense? And it just takes practice. And so some of y'all right now, um, most of y'all on this call, thankfully, there's some people in this group though that are level zero. They can't take action. And unfortunately, I can't help you. Like, I really can't. Because only you can, like, I can't come over there and grab your hand and make you click the mouse, right? Like, it's not possible. Um, and that's the whole goal is I'm trying to get you guys to level three. Because if you become level three, it becomes very simple to look at your client's funnel. Like, look at your clients. What is the problem? Then you see the problem. And now the reason why this whole coaching thing is around copywriting, even though it's so much more than that, is because copywriting is how you solve the problem. Does that make sense? It's like if you're not a good copywriter, you don't know how to solve the problems. And so what was funny was the reason why I hit 10K a month so fast, the truth of it was I knew I was level three already, but I didn't have the tool that I needed to actually solve the problems that I could see. And so as soon as I learned the tool of copywriting and persuasion, I was like, holy crap. And I just start fixing all kind of crap for everybody. And so that's how I hit 10K a month. But my clients were like, yo, do this, do this. And it's like, boom, 30K, boom, 100K revenue. It's like, wow, this is crazy. And so, yeah, hopefully that was a little bit of some lessons for y'all today. It's an idea I've been thinking on a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. So if you're wondering, all right, KJ, I'm stuck at level one or level two. Like, how do I progress? Well, it's just like anything else. First, it starts in the mind. You got to realize. See, right now, like, what's funny is what I just did is I just did level three for y'all, right? I just made you aware of the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even know this existed, this problem of levels, and like I just made this up and made you aware of it. It's like that's the difference between like me and y'all right now. It's like y'all can get there, but it takes a lot of practice of like basically zooming out and saying, what is my goal? How do I get there? Meaning like what is the problem? The most important problem of me getting there. And so like, that's how I've created the course and everything is me trying to like, help you guys. Because honestly, like people like me make a lot of money because there's a lot of level twos. There's a lot of people who, man, if they just are shown the problem, shown ideas, shown ways to solve it, they can go solve it. Like you guys creating offers right now and trying that out. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty wild. Probably pretty wild to think about. That kind of answer the question? I don't even remember what the original question was. We're just going crazy.
I don't even remember either, but that was great. Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, and that's yeah, I know. I really could. Yeah. Tell me about yourself. But no, that's the story. And that's why, yeah, that's why some people like will join groups like this and you'll just see them freaking go crazy. Right? Like Ben's a good example. Ben made $1,000 in 20 days off the free stuff, like the free course. Because he was level two. It's like all he needed was me to go, hey, this is the like roadmap, do this. And he was just like, ah. But yet some people are in here and they have everything and they have the roadmap, they have all this. And one, they can't take action. And usually it comes off as like questions that are just dumb. And, you know, so it's tough, but that's life. And I never want to like sugarcoat things just to be a helpful guru to y'all. I want to tell you about like life so that you actually can navigate it. But yeah, heck yeah. Any other questions? Then we got deep there. Yeah, so to get the next level, you have to start it's an identity, right? And so you have to start stacking the proof of your identity by taking those actions slowly. So like the next like so let's say one of y'all has a question on how to do something or how to do this, whatever. You've got to instead of just asking like I'm here to answer questions. Right? This is what you're paying me for is to help you guys out. But before you do that, you need to sit down and think, okay, what could be the answer to this question? Can I go look for the answer to this question? Can I just think of a solution to this answer to this question? Is this my real problem? And so if y'all want to know how, give me a sec. If y'all would like to know why I hit 10K a month in 2 months of finding copywriting, is because for 2 years I did this every single day. I sat down and thought, what the hell is my problem and how do I fix my life? And this is literally like a piece of them. I threw away like 90% of them because I was like, dude, who's gonna read this? And why do I have freaking four like full like bins full of notebooks? But all of these and like all of these, bro. Like my old work, they threw away like 400 of these notebooks, and I just took all of them. I've been writing in them ever since. So it's simply practice of saying, okay, I've got to figure out what my problem is. What is the actual problem? Then you have to think again, figuring out, well, frick, now that I know what my problem is, how do I solve it? And that's exactly why I went to 10K and exactly why I did 60K last month in lightning speed is simply because of my skill of being an entrepreneur, of like figuring out what the problem is. So and that's also like when y'all I know like we had a one-on-one was it last week, Mo, or week before last? And we were just going over some of his outreach. And I was like, send me your outreach. And that I instantly just spat out like four ideas for, oh, do this, do this, do this. It's because I instantly did what? I looked at the problem. He wasn't getting responses. Boom. Okay, what? That's the biggest problem right now. How do we solve that? It's like, well, this person doesn't know that he's like a legit person, or they don't know why he's sending them this. Okay, well, let's just add a little message at the top of the copy. Okay, they're not responding great, or they're not getting a direct response. Oh, let's add a little like book a call at the bottom, or be more personal. It's just stuff like that. It takes a lot of practice, but I would say the biggest thing for y'all right now, because I want to make this actionable. I want to make this actionable is if you're not spending 15 minutes a day trying to solve the problems in your life, like just thinking, it's going to be very hard to really get ahead. And the biggest issue is that people just consume all day. And like if y'all truly knew what it was like to like do this full time, you'd be like, what the hell? Like I literally did I wake up and record 6 videos like daily, daily. And I have like a full-time guy like in the gym. I just come up with ideas. Like my entire day is just producing. I produce the content for these calls, produce the content for Raw channel, Take channel. I make a course, multiple courses a month, multiple resources for y'all a month. Like that's all I do is create. Um, and that entire process is solving a problem. And so yeah, I would say spend 15 minutes a day trying to think, what are the biggest problems in my life? Which is level 3 thinking, right? What are the problems? Then think, okay, what is how do I solve these problems? You got to think outside the box. It's like people, if you ask somebody, because one of the guys, Money Maxing, is in here. He's actually like a one-on-one client of mine. It's like we're doing one-on-one, scaling his offer together once a week. So for those of you that get further along, we can do that upsell later. But we're having a freaking blast because we're solving problems that YouTubers never even thought about. It's like, what is, if someone tells you how to grow on YouTube, what is the first thing they say? Like, oh, I get some editors and, get some thumbnails and uh, get really good at all this random crap. But in reality, I'm posting, 1,000 videos a year because I want to get better at speaking. Because I understand if I can speak, I can sit down and record a video in 5 minutes that'll perform better than every other person with a skill I just have. It doesn't take me any time. Once I master it, I'm just master at coaching. I'm a master at sales. I'm a master at videos. Like I understand, like this is my real problem is speaking. And most people that doesn't even enter their head. Like the inflection of your voice, the tone of your voice. You can see me smiling when I'm talking right now. I've been practicing this for a long time. Like when you smile, people like what you're saying better. Wide mouth speaking. Yeah, Luca knows. I've been practicing. I'm trying to hire a speaking coach. Like all this comes from being level 3 and sitting down and thinking, all right, my goal is to influence people. That is my goal. How the hell do I do that? Like actually do that? One of the core problems, speaking. Then level 2, how do I actually solve speaking? Well, I practice a frick ton. Open my mouth wider. Come up with like smile more. Like, dude, there's just so much crap, bro. It's still a game of life, guys. We're freaking having like everybody else is like this. Bro, losers, losers, losers. And it's like, oh, I paid KJ, I paid 127 for your school and I didn't just print money. Bro, you realize most people spend $40,000 in college education and don't make jack, and they come out knowing nothing, and they hate their life. Like, bro, God has given us a chance to live this life, and why the heck would you not play it? Like, really play it. Like, bro, you can do freaking anything you want to do, right? Anything. And so I'm having fun learning how to speak with my mind, like my mouth wide. And I'm gonna be honest, it's cool now, right? Because I'm printing money. But I promise you a year ago, bro, I was not cool. No one was thinking what I was doing was cool. Sitting on my porch trying to think of like ways to create YouTube titles. Like I was a loser. I was a nerd. But I don't care because I'm having more fun than everyone. So it's like it doesn't freaking matter, dude.